Hi, I'm John, and this is Half Dozen Homestead. Today I'm cleaning out the breeding cages. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about our chickens, what type of chickens we're using for our breeders, pros and cons about them, why we've been growing them, and how long we've been growing them. On the bottom here, we have Buff Orpingtons. This is an awesome dual-purpose breed. We have grown them, this is our 3rd year. Really love them. They're a nice big bird. The hens, I believe, go around 6 pounds, and the roosters can get up to 10. They take around 5 months to get to full weight. So this is a really nice one that we like to grow out here. Obviously, lots of hens means lots of eggs. They're a good egg layer hen too. They produce around 250 eggs a year, which is really good, especially for a dual purpose breed. They're a really nice dual purpose. Hatching our own eggs, obviously we don't get the choice of males and females. So we hatch out a whole slew of them, and then we keep the females for our layers, and the roosters we let grow out, and then we will butcher them, and we get a nice sized bird out of them. And a really tasty bird. We grow a whole bunch of different types of birds, including broilers, which are Cornish cross, which is your typical meat bird. We grow those for around 8 weeks. Delicious, but there's something about these dual purpose birds. The meat is a little more flavorful. It can be a little bit tougher. My wife cans the chicken, and then we don't have any problems with meat being tough or any sort of waste that way. We also, when we butcher our dual purpose breeds, we don't pluck them. We actually skin them. It's a ton of work to try to pluck a dual purpose or a layer. They've got really good feathers. They're really rooted in there. We could put them in our plucker all day long and they're not coming out. By the time you scald them hot enough to get them out, you've cooked half of the bird. So we end up skinning our birds, skinning them, parting them, and canning them. It's a super easy way for us. It doesn't take that long. We're able to save the meat on the shelf. Then it doesn't take up freezer space. So you can keep it for up to a year. We go through it faster than that, but that's another reason why we like dual purpose birds. We can breed them on this homestead ourselves. We can do it all ourselves and enjoy the chickens. So most of our general population chickens, they get layered bedding in the wintertime. It's an extra insulator. It's easier on us. We don't have to try to muck all these out, carry it all through the snow. But our layers here, we're really trying to grow them in as sort of close space as we can get away with. They live in these pens only for the couple months in the winter, from pretty much Christmas time till springtime. And then they go back and join the rest of everybody else. So they just require getting cleaned out every other week or so, depending on how dirty they get. They have a fair bit of feed spoilage with the current feeding method we're using. We're not overly concerned about it. Anything that's left in here all goes out in the compost, and as soon as the chickens are back outside more in the springtime, they're going to be back out there and they're going to tear through that compost and find any nutrients that are out there, anything good like that. Bugs will grow on it and the birds will grow on the bugs. So while I'm cleaning this, I'm looking at the birds too. I do see a couple things I need to address. Obviously the pen is dirty, but it's been wet enough. They've spilt their water. That mixed with the dirty pen, I see what's called poo balls on a couple of their feet. It's essentially a ball of poop or mud or something like that that forms on their feet, and I'll stick on their feet for them for quite a while. Easiest thing for us to do is to get their feet, get them out, give them some warm water on their feet, and just break that poo mud ball down, and then we won't have an issue. A couple more things I'll say about the Buff Orpingtons. They have a really nice disposition. They're super friendly. These are like your, I don't know, your go-to chickens. These chickens are nice. They're, in my opinion, beautiful. Sorry, ladies. Whatever I don't spread, they're gonna spread themselves. Pretty awesome at that. Let's get some in there. Fresh shavings in the nesting box will help keep the eggs a little cleaner. Okay, this is the less than fun part. I've got to catch the one with the... Anybody else got puppy toes? Everybody else looks okay. Okay, so... Okay, poo balls on a chicken. They're gross. But they're just dried poop and shavings. So I'm using pliers to start. I'm not going anywhere where there's a nail or a finger, whatever you want to call it, in there. I'm just squishing the poo areas around it to start. Just to get it down to a little more manageable size. See, that one came right off. Sometimes they come nice and clean. Maybe I should clip your talon. Maybe that would help. There you go. Definitely not the most glamorous job in the world, but clean chicken feet. Let's go put it back. You stay in, ladies. You're next. Okay, there you go, sweetheart. Hey, block of wood. Just put the block of wood in. Just sort of helps keep the water tray up above the shavings. Makes it a little less likely that they're going to be putting all their shavings in there. Now it's on to the Silver Lace Wyandottes. So we've had these chickens for a little over a year. Last year we bought the Silver Lace Wyandotte, and we also tried to hatch out some red Blue Lace Wyandotte. We hatched out 10 red Blue Lace Wyandotte and 9 were roosters. And that's sometimes how it goes. So we ended up growing them out, beautiful birds. We butchered all the roosters. We had those for our family. And then the one red blue laced Wyandotte hen we have just in general population, laying a nice brown egg for us. Thank you, Mr. Rooster. The Silver Lace Wyandotte we have here, another dual purpose bird. They don't grow quite as big as the buff. They're a little bit smaller. Their females are about 5 to 6 pounds, closer to 5 typically, and the roosters are around 8 pounds. They grow out in around 5 months to full size, to full maturity. They're a super beautiful looking bird. They've got black feathers, black feathers with white inserts in them. Really nice looking. They're a very friendly disposition too. All these birds that we have, none of them are crazy specialty birds. Silver Lace, it's more typical to get 3 to 4 eggs a week. Excuse me, ladies. They're a very docile bird. They're not very flighty. They're easy to keep in a coop and in a fenced-in area. 4-foot fence is what we have, and we haven't really found them going out to fly over it. I built these breeder pens here this fall, and just because I wanted somewhere centralized to keep them. Previously, I've had them in different hoop coops that I stick inside the greenhouse. Then I have to constantly worry about hot and colds and our eggs freezing. Being able to stick them in this area allows us to not have to worry about freezing so much. This coop that we have is very well insulated. With these chickens here and the rest of the chickens in the general population area, they, without any heat, keep it nicely frost-free, just with their body heat. The con that I have for these birds is we didn't hatch these ones out ourselves. We bought them from a breeder. The breeders trim their beaks so that they don't fight, they don't peck eggs, that sort of stuff. But as the beaks have grown back, they've all grown back slightly crooked or cockeye or stuff like that. So they're a little bit goofy looking. I'd say that's sort of the con we have with this breed. But I don't know if that's just because of the beaks being trimmed or if that's something that silver lace in general have had issues with. So the lavender orpingtons are a dual-purpose bird. I mean, you can call any chicken a dual-purpose. It's either going to lay eggs or it's going to be for eating. So, but they are a dual-purpose bird in that they grow out not too bad. The roosters will grow out to about 8 pounds, and they will grow that in about 5 or 6 months. The hens are a little bit lighter. They're deceivingly lighter than they look. They're really fluffy. Even the rooster. The first time you go to butcher one, you're going to sort of be surprised, especially if you're used to butchering broiler chickens. They look really big, but it's a lot of feathers. Out of these 3 birds, the lavenders probably lay the least amount. I believe they lay around 220 eggs a year. Their eggs are also the smallest out of all 3. They're more of a medium-sized egg. Medium to large if you're lucky, but typically more just straight medium. I haven't had to worry about the chickens or even the roosters with the kids. That being said, too, like we've raised the bulk of our birds, we raise from eggs and hatch them ourselves, or we'll buy chicks. So the kids are with them right away. So they've all sort of been that. But even this rooster, so this rooster we bought separately as an adult, but still no problem. No, you're not all going out. Yep. Chickens in the greenhouse. You know what? It's not going anywhere. The greenhouse is closed. If anything, it's going to run around, scratch around, eat some bugs. But I do not want you people coming out. You are looking like you want to come out. But I really don't want you to. Okay. Now I gotta catch a chicken. I spy with my little eye. Oh, there she is right there. No. Halfway there. Fail. Clean this up. Woohoo! Let's try that again. Woohoo! It's minus 16 out, and that door is frozen. So it looks like we're going the long way.